Hi everyone. So in this video I want to talk a little bit about how the White Temple arose. What is the story of the White Temple and me in the White Temple? And the easiest explanation for that is simply that it's kind of my dharma. The White Temple was always my dharma, it was always my purpose, and it's only taken until now for me to fully realize that. There's a few kind of threads of story that I can talk about. So one is just the energy of white. My spiritual path has always been about clarity, about purity, about not just raising my vibration, but making it as crystal clear as possible, like whitening everything. And obviously, clear light or white actually has all of the rainbow in it. So it's simply this way of being really clear in vibration and consciousness, just ridding all of those impurities, all of those layers and knots of conditioning and illusion. And in being an energy intuitive, I can feel the energetic and consciousness impact, the effects of being in any kind of space. So I walk into a room and I can feel the vibration of how everything is placed in the room, the positioning, the colors, the angles, everything. And this is affecting people all the time. This is affecting everybody. It's just that when you're particularly sensitive to energies, you can feel it, whereas other people aren't as attuned to it, but it's still affecting them. And so even though that's why in my work, White Temple, one of the services I offer is through space clearing and realigning physical spaces to bring out the maximum energetic effect that you desire. So there's a kind of universality to that, and obviously everybody would want a clear vibration, an environment that facilitates them reaching their potential for creativity and happiness and peace, and so that their space is their sanctuary. But there are other things that are individual to the space and to the person that they might want to enhance. So it depends on what the greater purpose is. And then it's also about bringing in the actual spiritual blueprint of the property, of the land. What does the spirit of the land want? Because they need to be in harmony. So anyway, this isn't meant to be a promotional for my space clearing work. But just touching upon that in terms of feeling the benefit of a clear space. And for me, having a lot of white in a room, not necessarily so that a room is completely white, because we also need vibrancy and coziness and to create different energies, but having a lot of clear space in a room, a lot of light coming in, is really important. And so there's always been this sense of purity in consciousness, in space, in any kind of energetic relationship to anything, making sure there's this purity there. And like a clear quartz crystal. Clear quartz tends to always be someone's favorite crystal. If you say, what crystal would you have if you had to have only that crystal, it would be clear quartz, because people can intuit the purity and the strength just in that hard, high vibration or white, transparent crystal. And then the other thing that came to me in calling it White Temple was that in the new mastery work that I do, the New Earth Mastery work, which is a course, an online course, and coaching, there's a pathway of kind of mastery archetypes, if you like. I call them gatekeepers, or that's what they've revealed themselves to me, because it's like you have to pass through these gates upon your path of mastery. Each gate in itself is an initiation that brings up a new challenge and a new something to pass through, to expand through, to grow through. But each of them are kind of like, you can think of them as archetypal energies. And they were revealed to me in a certain pathway. And again, this isn't a video just about that, so I will go into that in more detail in another video. But there's a midpoint in that pathway, and I call the energy the purifier. It's an energy of having everything so crystal clear in your vibration, in yourself, in your life, in your body, in what you're standing for, in what you're allowing into your reality, that you cannot move past that energy. You cannot go any further in your mastery until you go through that gatekeeper. Like that's the middle way, where it's like nothing out of alignment is allowed to be with you anymore. And so it's a complete cooling in of just that, like that priestess, that absolute kind of core essence of who you are and nothing else, of you really standing firm in your own I am vibration of what you're here to be and what you're here to do, and there can be nothing else. You will choose and allow nothing else. So I started to get this sense in terms of the kind of physical space that I want to have around me, and in terms of the kind of space that I was holding within myself and in my life, and in terms of and I guess I was calling in that my dream space to work in would be this kind of beautiful crystal clear white temple space, and that even if I wasn't manifesting that right now, I could still feel it around me, and I could still work with it. I could still create a website, I could create a community, I could create an etheric temple space called the White Temple. And so it lives, and so it is, and so that is my Dharma, and that's the story. Thank you for listening.